Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Bienvenidos a la Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. Today on the Cardone Solutions Podcast, we are going to deep dive into Grant Cardone's 7 steps to recover from disaster. That's right, 7 steps to recover from disaster. That's what we're covering on today's episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. First timers, if you're a first time listener, allow me to just take one moment to say thank you for being here and welcome you to the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Those of you that have been tuning in for a hot minute, thank you as well. Appreciate you coming back over and over and over again to dig into this stuff with me as well. For the first timers, here's what we do on the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I'm going to go out into cyberspace and I'm going to find Grant Cardone's free content. I've been at Cardone Training Technologies since 2011. The entire time, at the very least, bare bones minimum, 80% of what we do, 100% free. Service is always senior to selling. Give. Those are core tenements of what we do at Cardone Training Technologies. And so what I like to do to add value to that is to go out into the cyberspace. I'm going to find stuff that Grant's putting out there. This could be an email that he sent out. This could be a blog post. It could be something that's thrown up on the Twitter or the Gram. And I'm going to take it. Maybe I'm going to dissect a YouTube video. Either way, I'm going to take it. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to throw my little 2 cents into it as well. I'm going to throw some action ideas on it. I'm going to give you some things you can do with it so that you can then take it and plug it into your sales and your business and your life. And then what? Get results. Okay? That's the purpose, getting you results. The Cardone Solutions Podcast is for 2 people, me and you. Me, because I'm having a blast doing it. 2, it's for you. So enjoy it, use it, share it, follow it, subscribe. And if there's anything you'd like to get from it, please let me know. Now, before I get into these 7 steps to recover from disaster, let's have a word from our sponsor, shall we? The Cardone Solutions Podcast is brought to you by Grant Cardone's 10X Income System. Raise your hand if you would like to increase your income today. Raise your hand if you'd like to grow your sales today. The 10X Income System is going to do just that for you. This is where you get to learn from the best. That's right, Grant Cardone. You're going to have access to the most comprehensive business training available anywhere. And this is guaranteed to increase your income. What we're going to do, we're going to show you how to grow your primary source of income. We're going to show you how to add additional flows. We're going to show you how to grow multiple pipelines and create passive income so that you can grow wealth. Like who? The 1%ers. Don't get mad at those people. Figure out what they did that works and duplicate it. Success is no different than any other skill. Understand what the successful did to become successful, duplicate it, and you too can have success. So for you to go hook up on the 10X Income System, I need you to head on over to cardonesolutions.com/10X your income. That's cardonesolutions.com/10X your income. You're going to get access to Cardone University with over 800 business courses. We're going to cover dynamic personality assessments, persuasion mastery, business development, income acceleration, and pipeline hacks. That's cardonesolutions.com/10X your income. Now, on with the show. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. Have you ever said that? And to what degree? Here's the real question. To what degree was it actually a disaster? Let's define the word, shall we? Definition of disaster: a sudden event such as an accident or natural catastrophe that causes great damage or loss of life. Has your kid or pet made a big fat mess that you labeled a disaster? It's interesting how we tend to magnify things, isn't it? Like even if we're just being sarcastic, right? Similar words for disaster: catastrophe, calamity, tragedy, act of God, holocaust, accident, mishap, misadventure, mischance, setback, reversal, shit show, right? Perfect. The last one was mine. Have you had a disaster lately? Have you had a disaster lately? chances are most of us have. So what do you think is more important here? Like the disaster itself or how we choose to respond to it? I mean, we have no control over actual disasters. That would be an earthquake. Like, I don't have any control over that. Or like a volcano erupting. The poor folks at Mount Vesuvius had no control over that. Or maybe a virus. Or, if a group of guys decide to fly commercial aircraft into buildings, we don't have control over that. But what we do have total control of is what we, ready for it, decide to do about it. How to approach the situation and whether or not to push in towards a solution or pull back and retreat. Now keep in mind, once the disaster has happened, it's done. You can't unpoop on the floor, kitty. Okay? When it's done, it's done. The question you want to be asking should be how to move forward and how to do so positively and effectively. So, what about the word recover? What do we know about the word recover? Let's understand that word. The definition of recover means to return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength. Return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength. And the prefix re, it means back again. And historically, recovery has been about health and strength. So the question then is, when disaster strikes, and it will, how will you recover? So Grant posts this infographic recently on Twitter, probably Instagram. I saw it on Twitter. And he had 7 steps to recover from disaster. And so we're going to go over these steps together. But let me first just preface this with the fact that these 7 can apply to all disasters. Okay, so that's the cat pooping on the floor, the new carpet, no less, right? That's you losing a big client. And then that's all the way to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man trashing Lower Manhattan. So here we go. Grant Cardone's 7 steps to recover from disaster. 1, acknowledge the situation and stop wasting energy resisting what's happened. 2, get over anger and blame. They accomplish nothing and waste time. 3, stop waiting for someone to fix things for you. It won't happen. 4, resist the urge to quit or withdraw. Apathy equals defeat. 5, understand your situation and what is required to change it. Don't apply old tactics to a new situation, right? 6, don't give in to disappointment. The occasional reality check should never deter you. 7, accept the need to learn new skills, discover new energy within yourself, and make new commitments to your business. I'm thinking we should have thrown the word foolproof right in front of 7. Maybe we should have called it Grant Cardone's 7 foolproof steps to recover from disaster, right? Wouldn't you agree? So, as always, anytime I deliver some of Grant's content, I always want to throw out some action ideas. I want to give you things that you can do to take with you so that you can plug this into your sales, your business, your life. So I have 5 action ideas for disaster recovery. So action idea number 1 is this, is to keep your focus on creating the future. Mind you, I'm saying creating. What happens in this moment now is not a reason to stop creating later. Follow? 2, how much time and energy have you already wasted? Think of it, okay, if you're driving, maybe pull the car over and give yourself real time on this. How much time and energy have you already wasted being angry, assigning blame, and shucking responsibility? And where has it gotten you? Put a lot of thought into this. 3, remember, if you're not dead, you're still needed. The only reason you'd quit is because you're underestimating. Let me say that again. The only reason you'd quit is because you're underestimating how truly powerful and capable you actually are. Okay? So remember, if you're not dead, you're still needed. Got it? That's number 3. 4, if you're going to go all negative, like if you just have to, I'll admit it. I go negative sometimes. Okay? But if you're going to do it, throw a time limit on there. Why not? What the hell? Set a timer for 5 minutes. And you're like, hey, so for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to go full negative. I'm going to crap out. I'm going to bitch. I'm going to moan. I'm going to whine. I'm going to complain. I'm going to blame. I'm going to have my anger. I'm going to be disappointed, and I'm going to like it. Let it out. Okay? And then when the timer goes off, get your ass back to work. Start creating solutions, solving problems. Okay? Just have it, and then let it go. You can totally do that. Yes, you can. No, don't argue with me. You can totally do that. Listen, speaking of which, have you ever been in an argument with somebody that you care about truly, and you guys are you're getting after it right now. You guys are hooting and hollering and screaming and yelling, and you're about to start throwing plates and shit, and then the phone rings, and you're like, hello? Okay, so you can stop on a dime and you can change it. That's a decision you're making. It's a decision I'm making. Okay, so if you want to go all negative, spend 5 minutes on it, then move on. Okay. Speaking of 5, number 5 is this: is to put the ego, something I challenge myself on, always a work in progress. Put your ego in check and keep it there. So ironically, number 5 of the 5 steps has 5 steps. Okay. So 5 steps to keep the ego in check. Number 1, stop looking for reasons to be offended. Holy crap. Let it go. Stop it. Don't do it. 2, detach from comparison and toxic competition. Detach from it. 3, be open to being wrong. Very hard, I know, I get it. 4, you're a spiritual being connected to everyone and everything. 5, just skip on the whole passing judgment thing, especially when it comes to another human being's worth. Work on that. So here's the bottom line. You are the real disaster relief package. You are the stimulus package you've been waiting for. Remember number 3? Stop waiting for someone to fix things for you. It's not going to happen. Okay? No one's coming to the house to make your dreams come true. That's one of my favorite Grant Cardone quotes. Okay? If you look at every demographic, if you look at every race, creed, orientation, you name it, you will find people who have risen up and out from disastrous situations. Some, you will find, found massive levels of success, fame, and fortune. Yet there are countless nameless others who simply got out and got on. They created something good, and positive, and valuable. So the bottom line is this: disaster will strike. It has, it will, and it's gonna. Period. The question for you then is, will you be prepared? So when Grant says, pay the price today so you can pay any price tomorrow, he's not just talking about having the moolah to grab a jet. Grant is talking about being fully prepared to weather any storm that comes his way. And while the actual disaster itself may not be your fault or responsibility, how you respond is and always will be 100% on you. So this has been another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Wow, I think I broke a sweat on that one. Thank you so much for being here. We went deep on that, and there is a lot to go through on this. So feel free to rewind, do this one again if you need to. If you didn't take notes, grab a notepad, because there's some stuff to work on. There's some stuff that I'm going to be working on, okay? If you haven't gotten started on the 10X income system and you have questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, pop on over to cardonesolutions.com/ 10x your income. You can find me over on Twitter at David R. Bradley. Feel free to reach out to me there or shoot an email out, david@grantcardone.com. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you coming back. First timers, welcome once again. And I'm going to leave you with the words of Grant Cardone, which is this: be great, because nothing else pays. See you soon.